Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mercules and I am here today with Planet Destiny bringing you a review of the Silver Dread Iron Banner machine gun. With the recent Iron Banner drawing to a close, many of you will probably have gotten various versions of this machine gun. It hails from an archetype that prior to this IB was really underrepresented in year 3, and you could only get them from either the Skeleton Key Chest at the end of the Saber Strike, it was called the Baron's Ambition, or from a Crucible rank up package you could have gotten the Zombie Apocalypse. Those are really the only two options. Now, however, with the Silver Dread, it's basically dropping like candy, and I decided to take a look at whether or not this weapon should have a place in your inventory, and spoiler alert, it definitely should. It is a machine gun from the mid-impact class. Part of the mid-impact class means that you really want to search for barrel perks that increase the impact, and the reason why is because without a barrel perk that increases the impact, the time to kill in PvP is 0.53 seconds. It takes 1 critical shot and 4 body shots, and then the body shot time to kill is 0.67 seconds with 6 body shots. If you can get a barrel perk that increases impact like Linear Compensator, it actually drops the optimal time to kill down to 0.4 seconds, which is best in class with 4 critical hits. And the body shot time to kill comes down to 0.53 seconds with 5 body shots. Both of those things are amazing. It is, like I said, the fastest optimal time to kill. It's tied with the Bane of the Taken archetype. And then the second fastest body shot time to kill, only by 1 frame, the Ruin Wake archetype with a barrel perk that increases impact is actually 0.50 seconds. Stat-wise, the Silver Dread, its pros, it has very high range, very high reload speed, very high inventory. It's got a high recoil direction. I'll talk more about that in a second. Neutral, average mag size at 39. And cons, it has below average aim assist and stability. Those are just barely cons. They're so close to average, but just a little underneath it. So let's go over this entire gun. Let's talk about the whole thing. The Silver Dread might actually be one of the best weapons to come out of this year's IB, and it's got some steep competition with the Clever Dragon. It is legitimately an amazing weapon. Recoil direction. Let's talk about that. Recoil direction is a stat which determines how much horizontal movement the gun has when it's being fired. A lower stat means that the gun moves more side to side, and this translates into a weapon being more difficult to control during sustained fire. Now, the Silver Dread actually has a relatively high recoil direction stat at 77, which is pretty good. But then Linear Compensator actually pushes that up by 20 to 97, which is nearly perfect. So basically, the only 2 drawbacks of this gun at all are below average aim assist and stability, and both those things can be improved by perks. So in the second column, like I said, we're going to prioritize stability. Perfect Balance is the best perk here, but you can also get Small Bore or Braced Frame. Those are possibilities. In general, I try to avoid perks that decrease the mag size on machine guns because the reload speed is so slow that it can get you killed. But the Silver Dread actually comes with a very fast base reload speed, so I don't feel as bad about recommending them here. The second thing I try to avoid doing is decreasing range. And the Silver Dread, even with an impact increasing barrel perk, is only just able to kill in 4 crits or 5 body shots. And once damage drop-off starts, you'll lose that ability. So that's why I don't recommend hand-laid stock or injection mold. And also means that if you don't get a stability perk, you might as well increase the range in an attempt to push out that maximum damage window. And Hammer Forge is the best option to do that. Now, you do need to note that without anything to help control the recoil, the gun is going to be noticeably more difficult to control. So you're going to have to do your best to manage the recoil manually. Moving on to the middle column, we come to the perk that truly makes the Silver Dread like unique and one of the best guns, one of the best heavy weapons in the game. It's Field Scout. Field Scout is only available on 2 other weapons that you can currently get, and they're both exotics. But what it does is it ups your inventory size and allows you to pick up more ammo per brick in PvP, and that's why it's definitely my first choice. For a comparison of exactly what Field Scout does, let's compare it to Extended Mag, a heavy ammo perk on your armor, and a machine gun perk on your armor. So without anything at all, without any perks, by default, the mag size is 39. It picks up 47 rounds per brick and per heavy ammo brick in PvP, and it can carry 125. You put extended mag on it, it picks up the same amount, can carry the same amount. The mag size goes up to 48. That's all right. You put Field Scout on it, the mag size stays the same, but instead of picking up 47, you now pick up 68, and you can carry 180. For comparison, the only way you'd be able to do that without Field Scout is if you had heavy ammo and machine gun ammo perks combined. So Field Scout basically functions like a free heavy ammo and machine gun ammo perk combo. It's amazing. You can use it in place of the armor perks, but just note that it doesn't actually help to stack it with armor perks, because even if you stack Field Scout, heavy ammo, and machine gun ammo perks, you're only going to pick up 70 per brick, which is only 2 more, and you're only going to be able to carry 187, which is only 7 more. So it doesn't really help to stack it. Use it in place of those. If you don't get Field Scout in the middle column, but you maybe happen to get small bore braced frame in the second column, then extended mag or speed reload are probably going to be the two other best perks. And the last column, hidden hand, is obviously my first choice. It's improved, so one of the only real drawbacks that the gun has, which is the below average aim assist. But rangefinder and life support are both absolutely awesome. In PvE, I wouldn't really change any of the recommendations at all, other than to say that persistence is actually kind of useful, especially if you get perfect balance and extended mag. In PvP, long story short, this gun is amazing. The ability to pick up nearly 70 shots per heavy ammo brick while killing people in either 4 or 5 bullets means you can go on just absolute tears. I've gotten multiple long killing streaks while using this gun, especially in the more casual 6v6 modes, and it's a beast even compared to other weapons in the same archetype. With the fastest optimal time to kill, the second fastest body shot time to kill, and high inventory and large mag size, you basically got the best possible combination for PvP. Everything about this gun makes it easy to use and a blast to play with, all the way from the high recoil direction to the very high base range and reload speed. And the fact that it has Field Scout just pushes it over the top. It's definitely one of my most highly recommended weapons in the game. That being said, it's not completely sunshine and roses. Without a stability perk, even with the help of linear compensator, the recoil is erratic. When I was using Hammer Forged, I found that my gun wanted to kick down randomly, which made it slightly more difficult to maintain consistent accuracy. And the below average aim assist also means it's not as forgiving at being off target as, say, last year's Iron Banner machine gun, the Bread and March Stand, which had an aim assist in the 70s. Like I said, those two things can be easily fixed with perks, but they should be noted. Gameplay-wise, the gun is king among its own class, but like all machine guns, it does fall prey to rocket launchers quite often. Truth users in particular seem to make it their mission to shut down any roaming machine gunners. And in reality, machine guns trade the ease of use of a rocket launcher for the ability to get more kills. So you'll have to watch out for rockets immediately following heavy ammo drops. I found the best strategy to be playing cautiously until your opponents are either dead or out of ammo, and then pushing with the knowledge that you have one of the only remaining power weapons on the map and a ton of ammo. In PvE, the weapon sits in a sweet spot where it's a high enough impact to do significant damage per shot, while still having a large magazine and inventory size. It's controllable enough to use on a boss's critical point, yet it also has enough ammo that you don't have to worry about burning down adds. Based on just how much more it can hold, which is 180 rounds with Field Scout, and how many rounds it can fire before it need to reload, specifically when compared to the high and very high impact archetypes, I feel it's definitely a capable weapon to bring in in-game content. Is it better than the raid machine gun? Probably not, but that weapon has its own unique perks that make it function unlike any other legendary machine gun, so it's not really a fair comparison. With the reintroduction of the Gallahorn and the continuing popularity of the Sleeper Simulant, though, the Silver Dread is probably going to have a hard time making its way into your starting lineup, but if you're looking for a legendary weapon that allows you to use an exotic in another slot, it's definitely a great option. So basically, in conclusion, the good, excellent stats. It's a fantastic tool for PvP, and the possibility of rolling with Field Scout is icing on the cake. It's got high inventory range, recoil direction, and reload speed, and only below average stability and aim assist. Both of those things can be improved with perks. Optimal and body shot times to kill are among the best in class, and it carries a massive amount of rounds and picks up a massive amount of rounds, which enables you to really easily go on long kill streaks. The bad is it definitely falls prey to aggressive rocket launcher users in the early seconds after heavy ammo drops. And it's probably not powerful enough to compete with the raid and exotic heavy weapons in PvE. But the conclusion is, if you're looking for one of the best machine guns in PvP, you've found it in the Silver Dread. It has everything you need to dominate as long as you use it intelligently. And I recommend that every player should have one in their inventory for Crucible use. In PvE, it's a very solid weapon, and depending on the activity, can be considered top tier, but it's probably not going to replace your Gallahorn, Sleeper Simulant, or If Materia. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and remember to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. Bye.